So on the workbench we have this old battery pack from, I believe, an old Williams pinball machine. You can see it's been cut off, those 3 places here, and on the other end, 3 places there, these little ends that went into the circuit board once upon a time. A good friend of mine years ago told me don't toss these out when you remove them, is to drill out the rivets, and then you have a nice piece of Bakelite you can do other things with. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's take a look. So I'm pausing right now for just a little tip. I'm just using an inexpensive rotary drill, or whatever you call these things, from Hobo Freight. It's a, what do you call it, a Dremel style type of tool. I believe that's an 1/8 inch bit, and it's super non-aggressive. So I started from the bottom right here. Took a while, so I went ahead and flipped to the top, and I'd already snapped off the ends too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it seems like it drills out easier from the top side. So I just you spread the clips here so you can get in there easily, and then drill from the top is what I found is the easiest. And then these will pop out with a little screwdriver or something later. But and also there is friction here, so they do get a little warm. All right, get back to work. Oh, and one more thing, work over a garbage can so all your little shavings go right into the can. I don't know if you can see it, but it's smoking hot. So I've upgraded my pretty warm, or whatever I said it was, to these parts get pretty hot with friction. So there's a whole clip taken off right here, and these are just parts that I snapped off, because they do snap off relatively easy. This is the part that actually went on to the rivets. So anyway, almost there. It does take a little time, and it's all about repurposing, right? So there's my stripped down piece of Bakelite, all cleaned up, ready to rock for the next project. Those are the pieces, the little rivets that I saved just before I throw them out. I don't think there's any use for these things, so they're gone. But anyway, I got a project for this thing coming up next. So this is what I plan to do with this new piece of Bakelite. I plan to cut it down the middle, and they'll have 2 separate battery backup boards. And these holes are perfectly spaced for the leads in these holders. And then these upper holes, you can use one of them to mount the board in the game. So I have a black hole that needs this baby bad, so that's where this one's going right next. All right, so here's where we are right now. This is what I cleaned up my cut with. I cut it with this little, I think it's a diamond wheel. It wasn't all that great, but I have a spare piece now, and then I cleaned it up with this. Today's month and year, and this is a little board, and it has a little mount that's going to be a standoff that I repurposed from, I think, my Judge Dredd that was parted out years ago. So let's install this in the game. So there's the new battery backup board for Black Hole. The power comes around and up. On the positive side, there is a blocking diode right there, and the negative hits here. And I'm glad I did it, because this is what was in it. It had 2 alkaline batteries with a lithium in the middle. These are actually dated January of 2010 on the outside, so it's a good thing I got into it before it became an issue. Next we'll test it. So let's test out Black Hole. It should come up free play, and around 800,000 should be like the high score. Hopefully that's what we see. There's the 876,000 high score. It does have credits, so I believe everything worked well. Let's test it out. All works good. So much for playing one-handed.
here's a few more suggestions of what you can do with this stuff.